So what we have here is the typical light setup. There are 3 lights in this in a triangular pattern. You have your key light, which is the light that shines the direct light on to the subject. You have your fill light, which fills in the shadows on the other side of the subject. And you have your backlight, which separates the subject from the surroundings behind him or her. And I'll show you how those are set up in just a few moments. I hope the little demonstration I showed you helped to clarify any questions that you may have had regarding using artificial light. Now, of course, the lighting setup that I have is on the economical side of the lighting systems that you can get. That system was actually pretty cheap. I spent about $150, $130 on the 4 tripods, 4 light heads. It came with the 4 5500 Kelvin light bulbs, which is supposed to emulate daytime light, and 2 umbrellas, and it came with a travel bag with all of it, or for all of it, to carry it all together. I don't usually use any artificial light unless I'm shooting at night, and even then, this type of lighting is not very good. So I personally prefer to use the ambient light that is from incandescent light bulbs from lighting fixtures, or the moonlight street lights, anything like that if I'm outside. For a further look, or a more in-depth look, look for another series on lighting and sound from the Indie Filmmaker. Now, as far as sound goes, I'm not changing anything with the sound on this, just because I like the ambient sound of indie films. I like the sort of echo that you get from a lot of these films, especially using this camera that is on my phone. Now, of course, it's the microphone that's on the phone, so I continue to use that. Just in case you missed the last series, or the last episode, the device that I'm recording all of these episodes on is my Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket cell phone. So, as far as producing for an indie film, I prefer to voice over everything that I do. And that's just me being anal about wanting the sound perfect. Because when you think about sound, it's not just the character voice, and it's not just the ambient sound, it's not just the music, but it's everything that encompasses all of that. It's the sound of a ceiling fan going around. It's the sound of an air conditioner coming on. If there are any pets in your film, it's the pets walking across carpet or walking across a tile floor. The jingling of the tags on the collar. That's all things that should be thought about when you're making a film. And in my experience, it's always been easier just to do the voiceover, scrub out all the film, and there's the air conditioner. It's just easier to scrub out all of the sound and do a voiceover and add all of the sounds that I feel are necessary to the film. So to do that, it's really important that you use a quiet room or a sound booth. Now, I know as an indie filmmaker, you're saying to yourself, I don't have a sound booth. Where am I going to get one of those? But actually, you do have a sound booth. I'd like to show you what I use for mine right now. So this is what I use for a sound booth. And yes, it is a closet. And I'm sorry about the shakiness of this film. It's kind of hard to carry around this cell phone. So, the reason I like using the closet is you can tell as soon as I shut the door the change in tone of the microphone. So when I'm doing voiceovers, I have my computer here, and I use Adobe Audition. And there are plenty of programs out there that you can get for free, such as Audacity, that will do a lot of the same things that Adobe Audition will do. Now in here, I have my computer set up, and I have my microphone set up, and it's kind of tucked back within all of these clothes here, but that really keeps the noise down to a minimum, and it really, really helps with doing the voiceover work. So, homemade sound booth right here. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope to see you next time when we talk about editing programs. There are quite a few out there that you can use. There are quite a few out there that are free and that are actually pretty good. So, thanks for watching the Indie Filmmaker, and I'll see you next time.